Good morning. Good Saturday morning, August 30th. Welcome. Good to see you guys. What is happening? What happening? What is going on? Whoo. Yeah. First week back from being out. So we wrapped that up. Still going though. Every day is kind of we're doing something. So they all kind of blend together. How are you guys doing? Good to see you. Good to be seen. Good morning, Peter. How are you? How was your week? Steve and I are going up to see Peter on Tuesday. So for what we call a on site. So we'll rip into his business, build it up, figure out what's going on up there in Winterport. Yeah. What's happening, guys? Good to see you, Christy. Up bright and early this morning. Seems to be a habit lately of just looking out and seeing sun, which is always good. We'll enjoy that. We'll think of that in mid-March when it's crappy. Touring Man is here. Good to see you. Danielle, hello. How are you? What's happening? Good to see you guys. Get it pulled up here on my phone. Make sure we got another way of seeing comments. Yeah. Rachel, good to see you. Happy Saturday. So say happy birthday. Did you have a birthday? Recently? I don't know. Good to see you guys. Coffee's good. Matt Blood trying out the Instagram feed today. Good morning, my friend. Yeah, I like to have somebody anchoring the Insta. Yeah, Dave Howard is here. Always. You know it's a good day when Dave shows up. We send out the cavalry when we don't see Dave. Roy Dahl. Good to see you, buddy. The OG coming in at a 9. Yeah. Matt Adamiak. Good to see you. Been a while, brother. How are things in Canada? We'll ask Terry. Terry Washeni will tell you. Up there in Saskatoon. He'll set you straight. You ask Terry a question, you better be ready for a straight answer. I love that guy. Yeah, good morning. Sitting down to read 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. What a day for that. Good for you. Yeah. Let's see, Bubba Hogan has met him a couple times, heard him speak. So I never have. But good stuff. Yeah, that's good. Good to hear it. Glad to hear, Matt. Yeah, good to see you guys. How was your week? Pop in the chat. How you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? Yeah, we could have better leadership. Yeah, we could around here too. The guy that runs the joint, he's a little suspect. Yeah, how was your week, guys? Any big wins you want to share? What's going on? What are you struggling with? Lay it on me. Well, we've been working on this week talking about presence, the power of presence, like showing up. How are you showing up at work? How are you showing up at home, right? But today we're going to go after one of the biggest lies that holds people back, and that's the someday thinking, right? So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We don't have someday, right? So because it doesn't exist, guys. What is it? I think it was a Creedence Clearwater Revival song. Someday never comes or something like that. I would play it for you guys, but then Instagram would strip the audio and put me in some sort of, Siberia. So anyway, but I think that's the song. But someday never comes, right? Peter said building a winning team with a lot of new players this week. They dialed it in and killed it this week. Peter, that's great to hear because I've been on that journey with you and seen you struggle, right? And we've gotten through that. Hey, man, like we need to make a change here. And sometimes it's the devil that right? You just kind of, I know this is working at this level. And it's a little scary to step out and go, well, I could change it, but then not sure what would happen. But isn't it funny how when you decide to make the change, all of a sudden good things start happening. The people that you need start showing up, right? Yeah, Rachel's rocking a 9 today. 52 on the front 9. Wow. Not bad. Not bad. I'm usually that through 4. Yeah, good problem to have, but challenging. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so there's a trap to that someday thinking, guys. Someday I'll launch the business. Someday I'll write the book. Someday I'll take my family on that trip. Hey, when things slow down, someday we'll do that thing, but really someday equals the code for never. Okay. We're just never going to do it. So if you don't take action, you're not going to do it. And we cling to that someday thing for a few reasons. One is fear of failure, right? It's just easier. Like I said, Pete, it's the devil that right? It's easier to say later. I'll deal with that later. Fear of judgment, God forbid, what will people think? And they hide behind, well, I'm not ready yet. You think everybody else that was successful at the level you're trying to be successful at was ready? Nope. You think I was ready to start a coaching business, ready to start a podcast, ready to write a book, ready to do an Ironman? Nope. Just started. Just signed up, started, figured it out. Okay, so don't worry about that fear of judgment. Don't worry about not being ready. The other thing we worry about is that comfort zone, right? Things are, we want to kind of stay in the snugly warm bed, right? Okay. Someday keeps us safe. We can talk about someday. We can talk about what might happen down the road. Keeps you safe, but it also keeps you stuck. Yeah, the largest room in the world is room for improvement. Dave, I love your quotes. It's awesome. Yeah. So there's some power in doing something today, right? Action turns someday into today. You don't need the whole staircase. You need that first step. Just the first step. And presence isn't about pulling the dream. It is about pulling the dream into the moment you're in, okay? Bringing it forward, bringing it to you, okay? Like I always say, well, what would have to happen? I talked to somebody this week. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, why don't you do it now? Well, and then down through all the things, right? What would have to happen for that to happen now, I had always heard, hey, we've all got at least one book in us, right? So for years I said, someday I'm going to write a book. I would jokingly say I'm going to write a book about contracting and title it Reasons I Can't Come to Work Today. And I think that one might still be coming. I don't know. That might be the next one, right? Yeah, Antonio Forni is saying that's good. But guess what? Right? There's no someday. Got to do it. So I started, and I kind of started and stopped and did it. But the only way it happened was from me sitting down day after day and going through the stuff and dealing with the editor and getting punched in the head saying that sucks. You got to improve this, right? And getting through it. So I could have said someday I'll do an Ironman. Or it could be like Aaron Callie, who just jumped on and just sign up. Okay. I could have said someday I'll do it. But instead I signed up, put the money down, started training. Didn't know how it would go. But that single step of signing up turned someday into a reality several times over, right? And then created other opportunities, met a whole bunch of people, right? So you got to put yourself out there, right? How about business owners that, I've worked with business owners that waited a long time to perfect a system or marketing or do something, get uncomfortable and call 5 past customers, right? And until they did that, they stayed stuck, right? Once they started imperfectly, they found some momentum. Right, Peter? Yeah, my book actually did make the Amazon bestseller list. Thank you. And that reminds me. Oh, shit. I got these plants out in the audience that throw these things out. Right? Oh, man. Yeah, someday, guys. Someday may come. Probably won't, and then you'll be sitting around going, well, shit, I wish I had done that, right? The bridge between where you are and where you want to be is built with today's actions, not someday's promises. Get out there and do it. Presence kills procrastination. Presence kills procrastination. I had to say that twice because when I read it originally, I had to read it twice. Presence kills procrastination. Yeah. Okay. Aaron says, massive investment in the bike. No turning back. My wife will kick my butt if I don't follow through. Yeah. Yeah. You got to do an Ironman now just to stay out of trouble. That's right. So if there's that thing you've been thinking about doing, guys, whether it's write the book, start the business, Sign up for the big thing, trail race, 50K, Ironman, 5K, benefit walk, whatever it is that gets you a little bit uncomfortable that you were going to do someday. I'd ask you to write down one thing today that you've been labeling someday. All right, just one thing. And just schedule that first step toward that this week. I don't care if it takes you 52 steps. You're making progress. It doesn't have to be big, just real and achievable. Okay. Rachel's still with the maybe on Mach 5. What would have to happen, Rachel? You don't get me going on, get my coach hat on. What do you got to do to get there? Right. Yeah. Someday, who knows? We may only have Mach 5 once. Might have it next year. We don't know yet. Depends on how much pain is involved in putting on the event this year, right? Yeah. Drop it in the comments if you have a someday thing you're going to try to tackle. Okay. Maybe Pete, we can get some people to hold you accountable. Maybe check in with you on that, right? Okay. Yeah, for sure. So hopefully that was impactful, guys. Leave a fist pump in the chat or hit replay if you're watching this on the replay. And tomorrow we're going to talk about how presence builds influence. Okay. That's day 7 of our 10-day series on the power of presence, how to win today. Okay. So day 7, it's going to be influence that lasts. Okay. If you've ever wanted to be someone others can lean on and follow, then tomorrow is for you. Stepping into a bigger role. Okay. A more impactful role. Being a person that when you walk into a room, people say, wow, okay, that person obviously is confident in themselves. They're somebody, they've accomplished some things, or they're about to accomplish something. Okay. Yeah. Dustin, when are you going to do the AT? You finish up here on Katahdin. Tell you what, you finish on Katahdin someday, we'll meet you up there. It's not that far from camp. Yeah, guys, check out Tyler Kirk's website, Legacy Media. Need a little help with that digital footprint. Check out the Summit podcast. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Wendy's putting links in. Still got the YouTube channel, almost 280 subscribers there. Okay. And of course, as always, the Rosenberg Group. We're having fun there. Got the daily sales accelerator going on every single day, Monday through Friday. Not someday. See what I did there? Yeah, Mondays we talk mindset. Tuesdays we talk about objection handling. Wednesdays we talk about how to increase revenue. Thursdays we do live role plays right on the Zoom call. And Fridays is, I like to call it open coaching. We call it Free Will Friday. So bring you stuff and we talk about it and figure it out. Done 100 miles of it, Peter. So did you do the 100-mile wilderness in Maine, Peter? Wendy and I have talked about that. We were sitting around trying to figure out how to put ourselves through some pain. Hey, how could I complicate my life? Let's go out into the woods where there's nothing for 100 miles. Yeah. Check out Bailey's content too. 21 Digital. She's actually she's in Niagara Falls right now. So she's been sending some great stuff. And it's pretty cool to see her and Tyler go do that. They move around, these kids today, they think nothing of hopping on a plane and zipping over here and zipping over there for the weekend. It's what they do. So yeah, Katahdin a few times too, Peter. Yeah, if you live in Maine and you haven't done Katahdin, you're missing out. So actually, if you look at my Instagram post today, it's me heading out onto the knife edge. So it's a pretty visual example of what it's like up there. People are like, oh no, you fall off one side of that. Not the case. There's a couple of sketchy spots, right, Pete? But I was a lot younger then. Yeah, I used to walk across the top like Crocodile Dundee, right, Mick? Yeah, and don't forget, get your tickets to Mach 5, guys. Come on, man. Let's get to Houston. When's the last time you did something for you, right? And poured into you, invested in yourself. So Peter will be there. Wendy and I will be there. People that are on this call. Dustin, are you coming to Mach 5? I haven't seen your name pop up. Rachel's a strong maybe. I was talking to Aaron about it the other day. Yeah. Maybe we can get Matt to come from Canada. Yeah. We had some tickets this week that, people that had a financial constraint, we were able to help them out a little bit, tip the scales a little bit in their direction, which is what we're all about. Steve was on vacation last week. He'll be back full force next week. You probably see a couple of these morning lives with he and I banging our chops on it and having a good time. So, yeah, Saturday, guys, what do you got going? We got a few things. We just got a kind of a miscellaneous day today. Then we'll see what happens tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings. The weather looks good. Yeah, don't forget to check out the Live Like Jet Foundation. All of that stuff. Wendy's popping the links in now. She's getting back on it. Gave her a little break considering I don't pay her anything. She told me the other day, I quit. I said, you can't quit. You don't even work here. Just kidding. But thank you, Wendy, for popping that stuff in there because it would be very hard for me to do this without your help. So Rachel says, I miss conferences. I'm just going to convince my hubby I need to go for my best future self. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Get him on here some morning. We'll talk to him about it. The Blue Hill Fair. It's been a few years since we made it. So, yeah, it's getting to be fair season here in Maine. I think we talked about that yesterday, the day before. We have the Cumberland Fair and the Freiburg Fair down this way in the southern part of the state, but certainly mid-Maine, northern Maine, they do as well. So it's a great time of year to be here in southern Maine. From here till snow flies is my favorite time. Get a little frost on the pumpkin there in September and October, and just enjoy it, sweatshirt weather. Love it, so it's all good. It's all good. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day today. This was day 247, I think. 48. I think Tuesday will be day 250. So yes, sir, mister. So yeah, we're doing it. We've done it in airports. We've done it in a breakfast diner. I don't know if we've done it in a vehicle yet, but I've done it in Texas. I've done it in Maine. Probably done it in New York. I've done it in Atlanta, in different airports. So I'll have to write all the places down when it's over. So, or at least when the year's over. Who knows? Maybe we keep going. So 250 days coming up. So yeah, guys, well, have a great day. I appreciate y'all. Shoot me a note if I can help you out in any way. But kill Saturday here. Don't forget, there's 104 weekend days in the year. So if you need to move the needle in your business or life in some way, give yourself a half an hour, a couple hours, one way or the other over the course of the weekend. Do that 3 or 4 times in a row. See how your weeks go. All right. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't wait for someday. Do it today. Take some action. Make things happen. All right. We'll see you. Have a good day.